If you feel like you're spending way too much time manually doing things in your marketing, I think you'll like today's episode. We're diving into marketing automations, the ones that save you time so that you can work on those big, beautiful, juicy projects that light you up instead of fiddling around with, an Instagram reel. I love marketing automations as well because they help me stay balanced and present, even in those moments where I literally cannot because I'm, holding my 3-month-old baby who just loves to be held by mama and mama alone. We're covering all of that in this episode and more. Let's dive into it. Welcome to the Mindful Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Andrea Jones. Tune in every week as we redefine marketing playbooks to break free from what we should do so that we can scroll less, connect more, and grow together. I've recorded over 300 podcast episodes. Yeah, it's a lot of podcast episodes, and I've tried a lot of different virtual recording studios, but my favorite has been Riverside. Riverside makes their virtual recording studio look so profesh. My guests love it. Plus, I also low-key love recording YouTube videos in here as well because it's so easy to use. My team also loves Riverside because it spits out separate audio video tracks, making editing easy breezy, lemon squeezy. And if you want a little magic, they've got this tool called Magic Clips, which uses AI to take your video and turn it into perfect social media sized videos. I'm talking vertical videos for TikTok and Instagram, Facebook Reels, all the places you can post these videos with the captions included, and you don't have to hunt and search for that perfect clip. So if you want to try this out for yourself, click the link that goes with this video, or if you're listening to the audio on the podcast, it's in the show notes, okay? Click that link, use the 15% off coupon code. It's DREA, D-R-E-A, and try Riverside for yourself. Thank you, Riverside. All right, so marketing automations. These are so essential for your business and for business owners because they really just make your life so much easier. In fact, this entire month of July 2024, we're diving all the way deep into marketing automations, and I'm kicking us off with a little bit of background around marketing automations and specifically the ones that I love to use for myself and for my clients every single day. I distinctly remember the first time I set up Dubsado in my business as one of my back-end automations. So it's a tool that helps, invoicing and proposals. And, it's like a sales CRM tool for business. And I remember setting it up and going, this is a game changer because I was spending so much time manually sending out all these things. And they had like this automated sequence where, a client can click and sign the proposal, sign the contract, and pay all in the same section, basically. And it was at that moment that I was literally obsessed, and I became obsessed with marketing automations, and I use them a lot in my business. But let's start with just a basic definition. What is a marketing automation? Well, it's a tool that can help you save time in your business. And I want to emphasize that it is a tool. There are so many different ways that you can use marketing automations, but essentially it is something that's supposed to help you. Okay. So if you feel like this happens all the time. If you feel like you're going to set up a marketing automation and you don't know where to start, or the setup of it is just going to take way too much time, that may not be actually beneficial to you in this moment. Okay. And a lot of times with automations, you're automating things that you've been doing manually. So if you haven't been doing anything manually, it may be harder for you to conceptualize, visualize what can be automated. So here's an example. Let's say you want to automate your social media scheduling and you've never posted to social media before. If you just log into a scheduling tool and it's like, oh, you want to post Instagram? Is it a carousel post or a reel? If you've never posted to Instagram before manually, you're going to be scratching your head going, what is the difference? Why do I even need to choose between these two options? And so there is a benefit to understanding how things work manually first, then automating them. And the automation, again, should really save you time, but it also should increase your efficiency. So because you're automating in this area over here, you're going to be able to do something better in that area over there. It also improves the customer experience, your community's experience. So for example, I mentioned at the top of this episode, automation has saved my butt this year because my little baby, she's sweet and she just loves to cuddle is how I'm framing it, because she wants to be held constantly, which is not always a bad thing, but it also makes working challenging sometimes. So I'm just glad that I can work ahead a little bit and schedule my emails and my social posts to go out at, appropriate times and not at 2 a.m. while, we're waking up from a little baby slumber. So automations could really help with the community experience, especially when you have moments where you need to be present and you physically can't. I do want for us to remain mindful though about automations. I personally believe that a mindful approach to marketing automations is that it helps me breathe creativity into my work. So I'm able to be creative when I am creative. And when I'm not creative, I rely on my automations. Okay. So it helps me be more creative. So again, for example, I have a 3-month-old. It takes a lot of time and energy to have a 3-month-old. And so on the nights where, she's not sleeping very well, I wake up a lot with her. The next day, if I have to record video, sometimes I can't. And then recently she's been sleeping through the night. So now I have more energy to record videos. So I'm recording them in a big batch and then scheduling them to go out, a couple weeks from now so that I have content ready to go. So that's how I use automations mindfully in my business so that it frees up time. Now, there are kind of 2 types of marketing automations I want to talk about. The simple, basic automation, and then something that's for my advanced marketers out there. So let's just start with basic automations. Email marketing is the biggest area where I see automations coming into play for a lot of business owners. Someone signs up to your email list. You aren't manually emailing them personally every time you have a new offer or a new discount or something you want to share. Instead, they're added to a list of people and they automatically get your updates when you send them. Now, the best automation though is that welcome sequence. The very first email they get to you, that very first email typically for a lot of businesses has the highest open rates. So what that means is more people will open that email than any other emails that you send. So it's very important that that's automated. You're top of mind. They just put their email in. Then what happens? What happens next? That what happens next question, if you can answer that with an automation, it's even more powerful because they're getting an automated email in their inbox from you. You didn't have to, see their email and copy paste it somewhere else, automated to you. And it's something that can help them understand you, your perspective, your business at a time when they're thinking about you. So welcome emails, very helpful. You can also do an email series as well, depending on your business type. So this will be, usually 5 to 7 different emails about your business, your offer, educating them on your perspective, those sorts of things. Another good type of email to have, especially for my e-commerce businesses, are abandoned cart emails. So abandoned cart emails is a great automation for people who go to your website. They, put stuff in their cart. I'm a cart shopper. I love to window shop online. I put stuff in my cart and then I go, if I feel like buying this tomorrow, then maybe I'll buy it tomorrow because, sometimes we got to give ourselves some space. And most of the time the answer is no. But what I do love about abandoned cart emails is it's a great reminder for me as a consumer that I put something in my cart. I did this recently with Crocs. I posted on Threads. I feel like I'm about to buy some Crocs. I know. I feel like I'm trying to talk to my fashionistas out there who want to talk me out of buying Crocs, but I tried on my mom's Crocs and they're so comfortable. I'm considering it. And I will be 35 this year. So I feel like I'm at the point of where I've just stopped caring. I know I shouldn't be. It's just for around the house. It's just for daycare runs. I'm just going to Walmart with it. I feel like I'm going to end up wearing them everywhere. However, I put the Crocs in my cart and then I said, I'm going to think about this. And then the next day, actually it was within an hour, Crocs emailed me and said, hey, you put this in your cart. Maybe you forgot. Here's 15% off. Okay. I didn't use it, but I thought it was brilliant to get that email because as a consumer, I was like, oh, they're really, considering me and they're showing up for me. And I really appreciate that about them. Not going to buy them now, but I really appreciated the email. And then finally with email marketing, we've got just your regular email distribution, your email marketing distribution, whether that's a newsletter that you send out regularly, sales and updates that you send out regularly. You don't want to have to BCC everyone on an email and Gmail. Using an email marketing tool can be helpful for that. Okay, second basic email marketing automation is social media scheduling. It's my favorite automated way to streamline your business. It helps you stay really consistent. And now a lot of these social media tools have native scheduling. So you don't need a third party tool. Previously, you would need something like a Hootsuite or a Buffer or Later to schedule your posts. Now you can go to Instagram, you can go to LinkedIn, and you can schedule your posts right there in the app or on desktop. Okay. So it'd be very helpful for those moments where you're not able to be online to pre-schedule your posts and maintain that consistency. Last basic automation here is a CRM tool. This falls more into the sales side of marketing. However, once you get a lead that comes in, you definitely want to nurture them. And I do think of this differently than email marketing. And usually CRMs are for service-based businesses. That's how I think of them. So my Convert Kit, for instance, is for my products and a lot of my memberships and things like that. And then my CRM, right now I'm using Moxie, but I was on Dubsado before, is for my services. So, I can send automated reminders, follow-ups, I can book calls, there's personalization there. I can see my sales flow. Be very helpful automation for a basic automation. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I want to talk about some more advanced automations, plus some of my favorite ones when we get back. If you're tired of always feeling like you're starting from scratch with your marketing content, spending so much time for something that just is gone in a snap, I have the best solution for you. It is called the Digital Brain Power Pack, our brand new resource for online business owners. And it's designed so that you don't have any more one-hit wonders. You get to store all of your best content in your very own custom created digital vault. So you can repurpose eloquently and you can say goodbye to the never ending desire or need we feel to create completely custom content on social media. Grab the Digital Brain Power Pack today for only $17. And your past content is pure gold. So with this Digital Brain, we are going to mine that content for the gold that it is, shine it up, repackage it, rejuvenate it, and make it feel brand new again, even though you're posting old content on social media. Okay, so what does the Digital Brain Power Pack come with? It comes with our Digital Brain training, so you can really kickstart your journey, know where to start, how to update it. It comes with the ready-to-use template in Airtable, which is my tool of choice when it comes to building out digital brains. It comes with real life examples so you can see digital brains in the wild. And yes, you'll get to peek at my own digital brain. Sneaky, sneaky. And if you are an agency or social media manager, I have a mini training for you in there on how to do this for your clients. So if you are ready to take your content past, present, future to the next level, give that endless hustle the boot and embrace your brilliance, the things you've already created. Again, $17. The link is onlinedrea.com/digital-brain. And we're back. So let's talk advanced automations. My favorite one right now is AI-powered chatbots. This is an advanced tactic though, okay? So buyer beware. But I love using AI-powered chatbots to help with marketing conversations. It really helps, again, streamline things and make it easier for the person on the other side of the screen. That's always my goal. And so I've been playing around with ManyChat. I did post a video to my YouTube about this. I've done some training in the Savvy Social School about this as well. ManyChat is AI powered chatbot that helps you with your marketing. So how it works is someone will on Instagram type a keyword. So for instance, if I say the word launch, I'll send you my launch plan. And someone types in launch, then ManyChat gets to work. It is based on what I give it. So it'll respond to that comment. If they comment the launch, I've got ManyChat saying, got it. I'll send it in your direct message. Then they immediately get a direct message that says, here's the link. Why this is helpful is that on Instagram, it can be a lot of steps to click the link in the bio. Okay. So I don't know if you've tried this recently, but to click the link in the bio, you are, tapping on the name. Then you're looking at the bio, tapping on the link at the bio. There's multiple links now in the bio, so they got to pick the link. If you've got a landing page, now they're scrolling that page, trying to figure out, okay, I need the launch plan. Then they're clicking the launch plan. Now they're on the launch plan. That's like 4 or 5 steps that they're going through before they even get to what they wanted. And even at that point, sometimes for me, at least in this scenario, it's a freebie. So I want their email address. And now they got to type in their email address. Then the automation will send them, is this your email address? Yes, confirm. Then they get the launch plan. It's a lot of steps. With ManyChat, what you can do is cut down on a lot of those steps, and you can stay top of mind because you're now in their DM. So they have the link in their direct message. And with ManyChat as well, you can simply just ask for their email address there. It hooks up with ConvertKit. So you ask for their email address, they type it in, you can send them the launch plan right there, and they're in your ConvertKit. So it cuts down on the steps and it saves it right in their direct messages. So I love AI powered chatbots. There's a lot of them too. You may see the on-site chatbots that a lot of people have now. Think like an Intercom, or I think Drift does this as well, where you go to someone's website and their little robot pops up. It's like, ask me a question. I can help you with an answer. That's marketing, right? And that's a marketing automation. Another automations that I love are more complex things in email marketing tools. So when I first started email marketing, I was a MailChimp girly. I still love MailChimp. If you're starting out today and you just have one group of people that you're going to be emailing about one product, I highly recommend MailChimp. It's really easy. I think their emails are pretty. They used to have a free plan that was very, very affordable. I still think they have it. So I recommend MailChimp for a lot of people getting started because you don't have to be super techy to get started. However, at a certain point in business, when you start adding in multiple products, or if you're starting to speak to different kinds of people, you may need different behavioral triggers in your emails, and that's where more advanced tools come in. So that's why I'm on ConvertKit, because I can do interesting things with tagging. I can do interesting things with funnels. So if someone comes in through my Instagram mindset guide, for instance, you're getting an offer to my Instagram bundle that no one else gets to see, right? Only the people going through that specific funnel. And now I know forever that you came in through that funnel. So if you buy something in the future, I can kind of see where you came in at. Okay. So that's why I love advanced automations. It really helps inform some of the things that I do in my marketing. The next advanced marketing automation that I use is Zapier, or Zapier. I've been told it's called. I've been saying Zapier for years. It may be Zapier because it's called a Zap. Okay. It helps connect a lot of your marketing things together. It's like a linking up tool, if you will. So for example, one of the things that I use in my marketing is a free private podcast. If you are a social media manager or a marketer, I've got a free private podcast called Raise Your Rates, but you got to give me your email address to get it. So what happens is when you give your email address, I want to send you that private podcast. I do send the link through an email, but I also want to give you direct access to it. And I use Zapier to have those two tools talk together, ConvertKit and Hello Audio, which is my private podcast tool. So I use Zapier to have those tools talk to each other so that Hello Audio knows you gave me my email address so you can have the direct access to that private podcast. There's so many different ways you can use Zapier. I'm going to keep saying both ways as well because of all of the integrations. I've looked at other competitors and most of them are great as well. However, Zapier still has the most connection. So I'm sticking with them. even though some of the other tools may be a little bit cheaper. But it helps automate some of my marketing things so that, I don't have to be the one pressing the button. The last advanced marketing automation tool that I want to talk about is social listening. This is specifically when it comes to social media. So, for example, a lot of bigger brands will use this when people just mention the brand name when it's not tagged at all. Okay, so you're not tagging them. You're just mentioning the brand name. I saw this recently on Threads with Wendy's. So Wendy's, the fast food restaurant, is on Threads. They're hysterical as always. They brought that energy that they used to have on old school Twitter over to Threads, which I love. I love it for them. And somebody mentioned Wendy's, but did not tag them. Okay. So there's someone out there monitoring for mentions that aren't tagged. Just the word Wendy's was used. There are social listening tools that will help you collect those mentions. So even if someone's not tagging you, you can still see the overall sentiment and how people feel about your brand. Again, this is mostly for larger companies and bigger brands, but we use this with the e-commerce company that I worked with a few years ago, where people would mention the brand without necessarily tagging them. And we use Brand Watch for this. And so this is really helpful when people talk about the brand casually, especially if they love it. We want to thank them for that, but also to give overall sentiment. And a lot of these, like Brand Watch, do a sentiment analysis. Hootsuite does this as well. I believe Sprout Social does this as well, where you can get an overall sentiment analysis of your mentions. So are people talking about you? Yes. Great. Is it good? Is it neutral? Is it bad? Okay. So we want to know that information. So it's definitely an advanced tactic, but this way you don't have to manually search for, go to the Threads search bar and type in Wendy's. You can have this collected, and then they use their AI tools to measure sentiment so that you can kind of get a sense of, do people love us or are they hating us right now? It can be very helpful too to see spikes in this. If there's, some conversation happening online, you definitely want to know about it before it's too late. All right, so I kind of talked about some of the tools I like throughout, but I want to wrap up with an overview of some of my favorite automation tools and why I love them. I talked about ManyChat. I know that there's a little bit of a discussion about ManyChat and comment DMs, comment funnels on Instagram, but I love them. Now, what I will say is, as a person who uses the app, sometimes I don't comment, especially if it's like low key someone who does the same thing as me and I'm just creeping on them. I'm not going to leave a comment. I don't want people to see that I'm commenting on your post, but I will go click the link in the bio if I want to be nosy. This is just me being nosy. Okay. So I do think there's some of that where people don't want to feel like they're forced to comment. And so have the link in the bio as well. Let them be curious and do a few more steps. That's fine too. But for the most part, I love the comment DM because it sends it to, I just comment, sends me info in my DMs. I'm here for it. I love it all day, every day. Second favorite, these aren't in any order, by the way, but my second one on the list is ConvertKit. I am a ConvertKit stan. I love them. Again, I moved from MailChimp and I've never looked back. I have a few clients on ActiveCampaign as well. I'm not a fan of ActiveCampaign. I just find it so clunky to use. I love ConvertKit. I love their automations. They're going through a rebrand right now. They're going to be called Kit going forward, and they're adding in more features. I'm excited for them. I love them as a company. Zapier. I love that one. I have tried other tools. I even tried to pay less for Zapier. And I just keep coming back to it. It's, not the most fun thing to set up, but I love it when it works, that it just helps connect everything. I don't have to worry about it. I'm also loving Circle automations right now. So I have a community in Circle only for my paying clients and customers. So you can buy any product from me, even my lowest one, $9, and you'll get added into my clients and customers only community. I do also have all my memberships in there as well. And so with Circle automations, I can send things to my clients and customers and continue marketing to my most loyal group of people, which I love. I got to talk about my social media scheduling tool that I'm using right now. It's Metricool. I'm loving it. I try so many different tools, and Metricool is one that I've actually stuck with for the past, we've been using it for almost a year now in my agency. And what I like about it is our reporting. I'm a huge reporting person. I don't care if the tool schedules, every tool schedules. Like I can get a scheduling tool anywhere. What I struggle with some of these scheduling tools is they don't have great reporting. And sometimes the reports are inaccurate. I don't know how they set them up. And sometimes the reports are just ugly and hard to read. And I need something where I can go in and go, oh, look, client, here's the results that we got for you. Let's take a screenshot of this, right? So I need it to be useful to me. And Metricool is that. And I love that for them. So Metricool, great automation for scheduling, yes, but also love the automated reporting. It makes my job so much easier when I can just see everything in one place. I'm also loving Riverside AI. Okay, so Riverside obviously sponsors this show. They're at the top of every episode now. But one of the things that they added recently was a lot of AI tools. Now, some of them are creepy. Like I can upload a script, and because I've recorded so many podcast episodes with them, it'll read it in my voice. And actually, I'll play a little clip right now so you can hear what it sounds like. Welcome to the Mindful Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Andrea Jones. I'm also the host of the upcoming Social Media Day Summit Live happening on Sunday, June 30th. I'm so excited to announce that the Social Media Day Summit goodie bag is now available. Packed with incredible discounts and free goodies from our amazing partners, this goodie bag is our special thank you for joining us at the summit. I'm geeked to have you with us and can't wait to see the great things you'll accomplish with these resources. It's creepy, and I would not say it that way. And it's so flat sounding, like it's not exciting when in places where it should be. But there you go. They have their AI tool. But what's interesting about the AI tool as well is that in post, so in editing, if I say the wrong thing, which knowing me, I probably will say the wrong thing, I can change one word and it will change it not just in the audio, but in the video. But there you go. Riverside that's an automation that can be very, very helpful. And I don't know if I'll have AI Andrea ever do a podcast episode. I'm not about that life. What's even the point, right? But yeah, there you go. Riverside has a bunch of automations that really help. I've started using it for everything too. Just like they have editing very much like Descript, where you can edit the text. I love it. You can automatically remove all of the like pauses. You can remove ums and ahs if you want, which I like to leave those in because I think they add flavor and personality personally. But it's an automation that can really help depending on, what kind of help you need. So I really like that one too. I'll leave you with this as we wrap up. To keep things mindful and to keep a focus on like thoughtfulness, I do want to remind you that as much as I love automations, there's a balance to being automated and also including personal touch. Like I don't want automations to feel like a robot. So when I have an automated email in my email sequence, that goes out, I still want the overall feeling to be, oh, this still came from Andrea. It's automated, right? So adding in the personal touch. I want them to feel genuine and authentic, like I wrote it or like I said it, but doesn't necessarily need to be, it really helps save me time. But also, there's a human over here kind of setting up the automations. Also, with these automations, make sure you check them regularly. It happens all the time. Something happens in the universe and suddenly they break. And this happens with Zapier all the time. You got to go check it, make sure it's working. They'll send you an email to be like, hey, this isn't working anymore. You got to go fix it. And you can go fix it. This happens a lot with social media scheduling tools. The accounts get disconnected all the time. You got to reconnect them, such as life. Right now, thankfully, the robots still need us to run. So we still got to, poke and prod them to keep them going. But that's an important thing to note. And then lastly, I don't want us to be overly automated. In my humble opinion, automations are to help us connect more on a human level with our lives and with the people in our communities. They're here to assist us, not to replace humankind, right? Not to replace all elements of human interaction. And there is such a thing as overly automated. If everything you do is automated, especially as a personal brand or especially as a service, it can feel disconnected. So for example, when I call with a customer service support line and I need help, I wait until 0 to speak to a person. Like, I'm not going to try to talk to that automated voice. It's just not for me, right? It never understands me, first of all. I think I talk with a weird accent or something. It just never understands me. Alexa never understands me either. Neither does Siri. So I don't know what that says about me. Except when I'm not talking to it. And then suddenly it's like, hello. Like, okay. So when I'm calling for customer service help, I want to talk to the human. I love the automations. That's great. Give me the human, please, so I can explain my situation. So there are certain moments where automations are always helpful. And if there is an option to talk to a human, I'm choosing it. So think about that in your own brand as well. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of the Mindful Marketing Podcast. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. It helps us keep us in the top 100 marketing podcasts. And that's because of you, dear listener. Coming up next week, we're continuing this conversation all about marketing automations with Lucy Reyes. I'll see you then. Bye for now.